Andres from AA Sports back with NHL and San Jose Sharks content on the channel. As you probably already know from the short I uploaded of me getting a fist bump with Ryan Reaves, I was actually at the game tonight and am making this performance grades video now. The San Jose Sharks played their first game after the Winter Olympic break versus the Calgary Flames at home in SJ. Outside of the fist bump video I got with arguably one of the most iconic NHL enforcers in Ryan Reaves, I didn't really record anything else and nothing from the game. I did this for two reasons. First, I made videos when the Sharks played against this same team on December 16th. Feel free to check out those videos on the channel. And with that, I didn't really want to post more content from another Sharks game against the Flames, given I already made content from when these two teams played in December. While having a bunch of content from both the game in December and this game tonight sounds great in theory, it also seems a bit redundant as a channel that covers various sports and not just the San Jose Sharks. And the second reason is because given I had made content from when these two teams played in December, I just wanted to use this game as a game where I could enjoy watching it without filming anything and use it as a break for me amid midterms and my final semester of college studies. Nevertheless, I still decided that I would at least make a Sharks grades video for this game just to share my thoughts on the team's first game following the Winter Olympic break. And it turns out that me not recording anything for this game was a decision that aged well, because this was a brutal return to the NHL season for the Sharks. The Sharks lost 4-1 in this game. They scored the first goal, but after that conceded 3 without any response, and then an empty net goal to seal the loss. With that, let's get straight into it. Here is what I saw from the game as a spectator in the stadium. And here are the performance grades for the Sharks in this game. Offensive front, C. Tyler Toffoli got the Sharks' only goal of the game, and Misa and Ferraro were credited with the assists. But outside of that, the offensive front looked slow and lacked energy on the ice, which is a terrible look for them given they had a lot of time to rest during this break. What makes it worse is that despite looking like tractors on the ice with how slow and unenergetic they were, they still managed to completely outshoot the Flames in this game, especially in the first two periods. The Sharks in total had 35 shots on goal in this game, yet only one goal to show for it, along with many missed opportunities where they looked hesitant to shoot the puck when they should have. With how many shots on target and opportunities this team had, statistically speaking, they should have scored at least 2 more goals and at minimum forced OT in this game, even if those goals were by accident and purely out of good puck luck. This is a terrible look for the offensive front in their first game following the break. Outside of the goal, it was Macklin Celebrini, a player who was at the Olympics with Team Canada, who nobody would have blamed if he looked out of sorts or tired, who was arguably the best forward on the ice, with 5 shots on target. He was very active offensively, but would either get shut down in a double team scenario along the boards or be stopped by Flames goalkeeper Dustin Wolf. And you could see the frustration as he tried to force it himself in a one-man army style of hockey later into the third period. He was playing well and played with energy, but the rest of the team didn't. A brutal loss for him after already experiencing heartbreak after how the gold medal match ended for Canada. And with how the offensive front played, you gotta wonder if this probably made Macklin miss playing with McDavid, with Crosby, and Makar again. It probably made him want to go back to the Olympics and play with that team again. The offensive front will need to pick up the slack if they want to win on Saturday. Defensemen, D. Like the offensive front, they looked like tractors out there, lacking energy and looking slow on the ice. They also kept trying to force passes through the middle of the ice that would often not work out. Klingberg and Liljegren were the two worst players on the ice in this game. John Klingberg had countless bad and or forced passes and was a turnover machine with the puck offensively. And defensively, he was at fault on the second he was at fault for the second Flames goal, where he didn't defend at all and was practically a ghost on the ice. The Sharks are better off without him, and it's time for Greer and the front office to do what should have been done a long time ago. If you can't trade him because he has pretty much made himself untradeable with how bad he is, it's time to waive him and save John Klingberg from himself. If they can waive Leddy, they need to do the same with Klingberg. As for Liljegren, he wasn't as bad as Klingberg, but the errors he did make were very ugly. His worst mistake was a terrible turnover as he blindly spun around and tried to pass it across the center of the ice. It was immediately intercepted and an instant turnover, which immediately resulted in a goal. Liljegren recovered the puck, then he turned it over and the Flames scored in like 0.2 seconds. While him breaking his stick in frustration after that major blunder didn't help or change anything for the Sharks, at least he took more responsibility and acknowledged his mistakes, unlike Klingberg. But both players had an absolute howler tonight. Enforcers, C+. As a unit, the fourth line and enforcers, Barclay Goodrow and Ryan Reeves, didn't play too badly, creating a couple of chances and bringing a somewhat physical style of play on the ice into the second and third period. But outside of that, it was a mid-tier performance from the enforcers, who at least made sure they protected their goalkeeper in Yaroslav Askarov after he took a late jab after covering up the puck in the third period. Which brings me to the final player grade in the starting goalkeeper, Yaroslav Askarov, and I'm giving Askarov an A-. He did concede 3 goals, and it doesn't look great for him to concede goals on his glove side, but at the same time, this loss really wasn't his fault. He had no help from the defense, and when it came to the second goal conceded, I was looking more at Klingberg when it came to that one. And of course, the third goal coming from Liljegren's turnover, he had no chance saving. Despite this, Askarov still made 25 saves and had a save percentage of 89.3%, which is still good considering he allowed 3 goals. And again, it proves that he really wasn't the problem for the Sharks in this game. Head coach, D-. There were a lot of questionable roster decisions made by Warsaw in this game that backfired big time. Why he healthy scratched Pavel Regenda, and especially on defense, why he healthy scratched Shakir Mukhamadullin for Klingberg is beyond me. He also mentioned that he thought the team's energy and pace of play in this game was good. He said that in the post-game interviews, which makes me question whether he was watching what was happening on the ice in this game or in the game in December when they won 6-3. With that, the team looking slow on the ice is also his fault because he failed to recognize that, no, his team wasn't playing with fast pace or energy, but looked slow and out of sorts. Tonight was a screw around and find out moment in embarrassing style for Warsaw, where he again crashed and died on the hill of trusting older players simply for being veterans in the NHL. Giving Liljegren and Klingberg as much playing time as they got in this game was diabolical coaching from Warsaw, and he should not at all even try to run this back on Saturday. Final score, the Sharks lose 4-1, and for an overall team grade, I'm giving the Sharks a D+ grade for this game. A terrible restart to the season after the winter break that saw the team play as if they were burned out and didn't have a break that lasted over 2 weeks. Their next game will be on Saturday versus the Oilers, where they will hope to look and perform a lot better than they did in this game. Andres from AA Sports, let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. Let me know who you think were were the players that were a bright aspect for the Sharks in this game? Who do you think were the worst players on the ice in this game? Let me know in the comments below. That will be all for this game. The Sharks' next game will be on Saturday versus the Oilers, and hopefully they will be able to put up a competitive performance and bounce back from this loss. That will be all for this video, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to support my channel and help it grow. If you do enjoy my Sharks content, of course, stay tuned and feel free to check out my other Sharks content on the channel, from my shorts, getting fist bumps with players, pre-game videos and their warm-ups, to videos from during the games and the goals I get on video. Feel free to check all those videos out. Stay tuned in for more sports content on the channel, including the games for the Mexico women's national team next week. Stay tuned in for those videos. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.